Hello, welcome back. In this video, we will discuss about ngIf structural directive in Angular. Structural directives adds or removes HTML element from the DOM. Let's take a div tag and a label inside that ngIf label, and to display or to remove this div element from the DOM, the syntax is ng if is equal to the template expression. This expression will take a boolean value, so let's give it true for now and save the variable and open the browser. And if you see here, we have this ngIf label in the UI. Now let's create a variable inside our home component.ts file called isActive, and here right now I am giving a false as a value. So let me copy this isActive and I will replace this true value with the variable so that we will have some dynamic variable binding. Let me save it and see the browser, and if you see here, now we don't see this ngIf label, and if you just inspect this element just below the h1 tag, we do not have any div tag over here. So here, if ngIf is true, it is binding this div element to the DOM, and if ngIf expression is false, then it is removing the element itself from the DOM. So let's hide this div element using the class binding. To do that, we will copy the same div tag, and instead of this ngIf, we will use class binding class dot, and I already have a CSS class called hidden where this will hide the element by using the property called display as none. Let me use this value, and here I also have a variable inside my component is hidden as true. So let me bind this variable to this class binding, and let me also change the label name as class label. And if you see here, we are adding this hidden class because is hidden is true. So with this, we will be hiding this div element from the UI, and let's go to browser and see. So here we do not have any label for class binding also, and if you see here inside the DOM, you have this div tag which is for our class label, but we do not have a div tag for the ngIf. So the ngIf structural directive will remove the element itself from the DOM when it is taking the false value. So here, when you hide an element, that element and all its descendants remain in the DOM. If you see here, the div tag and label are still in the DOM. When this component or the element which we are hiding is too big, then it consumes considerable computing resources and it will degrade the performance unnecessarily. Whereas with the ngIf, as it is destroying this element itself, so it frees up the resources, which results in a better user experience and also the performance. So when you want to hide a large component or the large element, then consider ngIf rather than showing or hiding using the class binding or the style bindings. Another advantage of ngIf is it guards you against the null values. Let's see that in an example. So I want to display the employee details in a table. So let me have a table inside a div tag. So here I have a div tag, and inside this I am having a table with 3 columns: employee name, age and salary. And here with the employee object, I am binding the employee name and also the age and salary. So here I have applied this ngIf structural directive so that whenever this employee object is true, so when I say true here, it is a truthy value. So when the employee object is null, then this will be converted to the false as it is a null value. So whenever it is not a null, it is treated as a true value only. It doesn't have to be a direct boolean value. It can be a JSON object also. So based on its nullable or non-nullable, it will be treated as true or false. So let me have this employee object in my home component.ts file. Employee object is equal to name as John, is as 30, salary 50,000. Sorry, I already have employee object. Let me remove this and let me save the files. And if I go to browser, here I can see the employee name, age and salary as John, 30 and 50,000. And if I go back, if I see here, I can see this entire div tag for the employee table as it is true. Ngif tag structural directive is taking the value as true. So that is the reason why I could see the entire tag. Now let me go back and make this employee object as null. Let me comment on this and null. Let me save this and see the browser. Here now I don't have this employee table loaded, and if I inspect this element, the h1 tag, I do not see any other div except this class hidden div where the class label is hidden, but I don't see the employee table loaded in the DOM. Now let's do the same thing with the class binding. So I will remove this and I will hide this using class binding, again with the hidden class, and let me save this. And now let's have the value for our employee object. Let me save it and go to browser. So as the employee object is not null, here the class hidden is being applied to this div, and this entire table is hidden, the div tag is hidden over here. And then let me reverse the condition where I will have a not over here, so that whenever the employee object is not null, it will treat this as a false because we have the not condition just before that. So let me save this, and if I go to the browser, now I can see the table displayed. Let me change this employee object to null again and see what happens. I'm commenting it, and if you remember in the ngIf case, it simply removed the div tag from the DOM. Let's see what happens in this case with the class binding. See, we can see two errors in the console. Let's go back and see what are those errors. So if you see the error, it is saying cannot read property name of null. The reason is we still have this div and table in our DOM, and it is trying to access the name property of this employee object, and as the employee object is null, it is throwing error saying that cannot read a name property of null. So that is the problem with the class binding. When there is a object having null, in that case it will not work out while hiding and displaying. While displaying it will be working because the object is not null, whereas for hiding it will not work. So that is how ngIf guards us with the null values. When there is a null value, it will not even go inside this, and it will remove this element, complete element and its children from the DOM, so we will not have any error. Okay, let's remove this for now. Let's remove this also. So here we do have a if condition. So just like our programming languages if else block, we can also have a else block. So whenever there is a condition false over here, so that we can load a different element using our ng if else syntax. So to do that, let me have ng template. I will come to this, and inside this let me copy the similar div tag, and I will remove this ngIf, and then instead of ngIf label I will call this as a ngElse label. And now here ng template is an Angular specific element for rendering the HTML. So it is never displayed directly until unless it is being referred from some other place. So to refer this ng template, we will use the template reference variable. The syntax for template reference variable is using the hash and then the variable name. So here we will call this as a else block, and we are going to refer this template in our ngIf syntax using a semicolon and then else our else block. So here what we are doing is we have created a ng template that is nothing but to load our HTML which is there inside our ng template element, and this will be displayed only if we call this ng template. Otherwise the content inside our ng template will not be displayed in a UI. So that is the reason why we have a template reference variable with the hash and the variable name, and we are calling this, and when this is active is false, then only go to else block, otherwise load my ngIf label. Let me save this and open the browser. So here ng else label is loaded now, and if you see here only else label is there in the DOM, but ngIf label is not there in the DOM. Just now we have discussed why it is. There is another way to write this syntax also, like now we are having, if it is true, then we will be loading a ngIf label. To check that, we will simply make this is active as true and see. Let me save this, and if I go to browser, and now I can see ngIf label because is active is true. Now there is also another way of writing this thing. Here we are just separating our else block. Similar to that, we can also separate the if block as well. So what I will do, I will create another ng template and I will name this as a then block. It is actually not the if block, it is called then block. We can have any name in this template reference variable, and then we will call this template reference variable inside our ngIf directive using a syntax then our then block and then semicolon. So the way we read this is, if is active is true, then load the then block, otherwise load the else block. And here I want to tell you, whatever we have inside our label, it will be ignored. And let me rename this one as a then block, and let me save this. The reason why it is ignored is, what we are saying is, if is active is true, then display the then block. So it will directly go to this then block and then it will load this into DOM, and if is active is false, then it is going to the else block. So there is no chance that it will be loading this label at all. So that is the reason why this particular content inside this div tag is ignored. So let's go to browser and see. So here we can see the then label, and now if I make this is active as false and save this, and if I go to browser, I can see the ng else label. So here in both the cases we are not seeing this it is ignored label. So here this then and the block name and also the else and the block name, else block name is a syntax for this ngIf structural directive, and that is the reason why we are writing in this manner, and we have to separate this with the semicolon. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.